Margiela on margiela, Mason on Mason. I'm overseas with these hoes, places, plus faces.
So what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be making a video on what it takes to start futures trading. So first things first, you're really going to want to have to go to this website. It's tradingview.com. Yeah, literally tradingview.com. Okay, guys, you're going to need TradingView. In order to start day trading or futures trading, you need to be up every single day at minimum, at least at 9 in the morning. Personally speaking, you need to be up at 9 a.m. in the morning so that you can see price action on how it's moving. Pre-market, Asia session, and the day before that. You can see here that this line right here, I have an indicator that tells me previous day open and previous day high. I have an indicator. And you'll see here, it's a little hard to tell, but you'll see here, and when I delete it, it's still there. It's an indicator. Now, why do you need to be up at 9 in the morning every single day? Well, usually at 9:30, in which case I'm going to show you, we get the best price action. In fact, I can go on this website, Baby Pips, Forex, Hours, and it's going to teach you the best times to trade or the most volatile times to trade. And you'll see here. So, you'll see here that around 9:30, you'll see that the volatility is, it says on the bottom left corner of this right here. It says here that around 9:30, the trading volume is usually high at this time of day, and then it gets really high around, I don't know why it's saying this, but at 10:30 in the morning, there's more volatility, and then it goes down, and it tells you low, 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 and whatnot. Yeah. So, the best times to trade are from 9 a.m. all the way till when it reaches its peak and then loses its peak. And that's why you should be up at 9 o'clock. You don't need to be up before 9 o'clock. Personally speaking, in my opinion, you don't need to be trading at not before 9. Personally, you don't need to do that. You can still catch a setup after 9 o'clock. That's all I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you can still catch a setup after 9 o'clock. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying you don't need to in order to catch a trade. That's all I'm saying. There's a plenty of traders out there that will wake up before 9 a.m. and will trade pre-market hours, London hours. London hours here, they start at 2 a.m. and they finish by 5 a.m. I have here a market session profile by Joshua that people use here, and they get to analyze here. This black box is the Asia session. Asia session starts at around 8 o'clock, right, 8 p.m., and finishes at around 12 a.m. That's the Asia session. Now, I do not trade any of this. In fact, I use all of this information from Asia all the way to London, pre-market, all the way to the end of London, as my information of what price is going to do. Price will set you up for the 9 a.m. movement, for New York opening. Price will set you up, right? And it's just a matter of how much you wait. You need to wait. You need to wait. That's the most important element. Essentially, you need to be up at 9 o'clock in the morning. In fact, actually, I could tell you guys that here right now, I'm lying to you. I used to wake up earlier than that, but what I'm saying is what you need, right? Now, today, we had news. Right? We had news at 8:30. I used to wake up before 8:30 so that I could see what had happened. But there's a reason why I'm telling you guys you don't need to be up before 9 o'clock. There's no reason. There's no reason. You're just rushing to take a trade unless you know what you're doing. Now let me explain, right? Today we had a news folder called PPI. What is PPI? And why is it a red folder? Well, here we can click for more information, right? I'm sure we can if we click here in detail. And it says here what PPI is. Well, PPI measures the change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy, right? They call this producer price index, right? Here you get to see the notes of what they've done. Source change series calculation formula as of February 2014. Food and energy prices make about 40% of overall PPI, which tends to mute the importance of the core data. So, and they tell you the frequency, they tell you what the actual is greater than the forecast is good for the currency and whatnot. And there's different meanings for all of that. But today, you don't necessarily need to know what all that means. What you need to know is that there is a news event happening at 8:30. Now, there is going to be a lot of traders that will tell you or will try to show you that, hey, if you get in before the news or after the news, there's a chance that you can make a shit ton of money. Guys, there is no reason to rush the process. All that is rushing the process. Trust me, I've been there and done that. I used to do that shit at 8:30 every morning, and I was gambling longs and shorts 1 minute before or a few minutes before, because you're not allowed to do that on a prop firm. You're not allowed to trade 1 minute before the news or 1 minute after the news. So take your chances. It's very manipulative when a folder comes out. Again, I didn't mention this, but you're going to want to go to forexfactory.com to see the news. Now, how did I get this so clean? What did I do? Okay, let's select all, and I'm going to select all. This is what yours is going to look like, right? You're going to deselect the yellow folder, and you're going to you're going to click none here, and you're only going to click USD. This is all you need, and you apply the filter. We don't need yellow folders. You don't need that shit. It's not going to move the market that much. No, it won't. All you need is red and orange folders. That's all you need to look at, right? You know that there's news at 8:30 in the morning, right? If I go back, I go in replay mode, I'm going to start new, and then I'm going to put it at 9 a.m., right? Obviously, here we see the news event at 8:30, which is this candle right here. This is news high of the candle, and this is news low of the candle. Let me extend this so you guys can see this correctly, right? Now, obviously, you guys can probably figure out what happened here. What did we do? Did we take out the high or did we take out the low? We took out the low, right? So if we took out the low, right? We took out the low. What comes down must come up and take out the high. You understand what I'm trying to say? We took out the low of the data. Every time an event happens, news event candles are considered a draw of liquidity. Let me explain that again. Draw of liquidity. It's drawing towards something, right? It wants to go in that direction. If we took out something, then we want to take out the opposite side of it. If we took out, let's say it did the opposite, right? Let's say it did the opposite, right? I'm going to remark it again. At 8:30 news, we had 8:30 news. I'll remark it again so you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Let's say we only took, let's say price decided to actually, and there's actually like ghost candles on this thing. Now that I know more about this. Ghost feed, bars pattern. I think there's a ghost feed. Let's say price decided to take the highs first. Okay, what's next? We need to take out the news low. So what does that mean? Well, guess what? We'll make more candles. After that, we'll take out the lows. You get what I'm trying to say? Because price is drawing. If we draw towards the high and take them out, what's next? We need to take out the data lows. News candles or news events are DOL. That's the abbreviation of that. DOL, draw of liquidity for news candles. We needed to really start with news events because people are probably going to be wondering what the fuck is going on and why is price moving like that. And this is one of the reasons why price is moving like that in the morning. Especially that people are going to start off and they don't know what's really going on. Some people look at the market starting at 7 in the morning. Some people are looking at the market at 8 in the morning. Well, guess what? At 8:30, you see some weird-ass shit going on, and then all of a sudden, we start moving like a fucking maniac and whatnot, and it's because price is drawing towards something, right? So you need to keep in mind that news candles are a draw of liquidity. It's something that, think of a draw of liquidity as a magnet. That's what a DOL is. So, let's continue. So, number one, obviously, every day, for anyone that wants to start out trading, look at the market from 9 a.m. forward. That's it. That's the number one step of what it takes to start. That's what it takes to literally start. Look at the market from 9 a.m. forward. Literally. That's it. Number two, right? Evaluate news events. Evaluate/look at what news event evaluate/look at news events. You want to go look at them. You want to check. Evaluate/look/check at news events. You can't just come into the market and be blind. It's so important that you go into the market checking what news events are going on, right? Because you can have a strategy down and get in a trade and you will get stopped out solely off the fact that a news event has occurred. Really. You know, and make sure you time your executions because it really affects your trading. Trust me. So far we have two things. Listen, guys, I definitely skipped ahead on a lot of what you need to do, but I'm really trying to get straight to the sauce here for everyone that wants to get started. So bear with me. Here I'm trying to really put everything into a concise summary of what you need to get started. Without spilling all of the beans, because I want you guys to continue watching at all of these educational videos that I drop, I'm going to be giving you guys the settings that I use. And this is just to really get started on trading. Because whether people want to accept it or not, the way your canvas looks is so important. It's so important. Extremely important. I don't know how to emphasize this. This is like during market. I gave you two pointers of sauce, but you really also need to make your canvas yours. You know, make your canvas yours. Make it something that's unique to you. So whether when I show you guys my symbols here, this is how you're gonna do it. You're gonna right click, you're gonna click settings, and you're gonna be on the first thing that's gonna say symbol. Copy all of this, try out what I have first, and then you can go and have fun in changing all of the colors that are here. Okay, copy all these settings. Copy all of it. copy all of these settings, all of them. Copy all my canvas settings, all of them. You don't want grid lines because if you have them on, it's quite annoying. I don't know. It depends on what people like, but this is what I do. Okay, guys? And yeah. You need to make your canvas yours. It's so important. What you see is what you look at every day. It's really the reality of it. You need to make your art look nice and presentable so that when you're looking at charts, you're not confused at what you're looking at. I mean, listen, now looking at this, it's quite confusing. It's like, oh, white and then white on background. But I've gotten used to it. I'm used to what this looks like. So it's important that you make your canvas yours. Make it something that you look forward to looking at every single day. It'll help you look at your phone more on TradingView, because TradingView is available on your phone, your tablet, anything, your computer, your laptop, whatever. It could be any computer, whatever it is. TradingView is a universal application program that is accessible at any place or location as long as there's Wi-Fi or you have data. So you have no excuse. If you ever want to look at the market, do that. And for today, that'll be it for now for getting started. This is a quick video. I just wanted everybody to just, get a quick glimpse at what it is that you need to get started on a little bit of futures trading. I think that everyone should be up at 9 a.m. looking at how price is moving and looking at times of when the market will open. And I will talk about that in the next video that I'll release. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. See ya.